Davante Adams to the Raiders, Ike, in the AFC West keeps getting better and better. I want to give a shout out to my buddy Eric. He's a huge Packers fan. This trade just about broke his brain. And it wasn't just the trade, it was the massive contract that Adams got as well. I want to go through some quick winners of this trade. Obviously, Derek Carr, somewhere on the planet, the Raiders quarterback should be doing cartwheels. And this, to me, signaled that the Raiders are going to try to lock up Carr long-term because he is in the final deal of the final year of his contract with the Raiders. So Carr played with Adams at Fresno State. He's a big winner. The other teams in the NFC North, I'm talking about the Bears, the Lions, and the Vikings, get the best receiver in the league out of their division. I also think this helps Tom Brady because it weakens the Packers, one of the main contenders in the NFC, to the Buccaneers. And also, CBS benefits from this as well because CBS typically broadcasts the AFC games. The AFC West is just going to be an absolute gauntlet. Like, I'm honestly not sure that could all four teams from the AFC West make the playoffs because one of them is going to be left out. And I still think that like the fourth best AFC West team is going to be better than pretty much any other team in any other division, specifically in the NFC, Ike. So those were the winners that I saw in the Davante Adams trade.
Yeah, so Davante going to the Raiders, he just felt like he was back home. When you FaceTiming and when Derek Carr and his brother gets on TV, he says, Davante always been family. So this goes back to the Fresno State days. This goes back to the days in the offseason when Derek and Davante was working out with David Carr when he was with the Houston Texans or even when he was with the network. So that's how long this goes back. So they really made a push. And the crazy thing about it is the Green Bay Packers offered Davante Adams more money. He said, nah, bro, I want to go with my people over there with the Raiders. I look better in black and silver. That's exactly how he felt. So you can just tell by his body language. You can tell by the smile on his face. You can just tell, man, he was just kind of glad to get out of Green Bay, even though, and he didn't say a word. They didn't re-sign him to a long deal. He asked for a long-term deal last year. They wind up waiting, and they wind up biting him in the butt. He wound up going to the Raiders with his homeboy / brother and Derek Carr. Derek Carr is very happy. David Carr is very happy. The Raiders damn near got the best receiver in the game right now, depending on who you ask. But in my mind, I think he is. So this just a great upgrade for the Las Vegas Raiders. But bro, you can't forget, it's three divisions where it's just smash mouth football. And for a couple of years, we just gonna be talking about playoffs or rotating trophies. We talking about the NFC West, we talking about the AFC North, and we talking about the AFC West. When you look at them three divisions and when you look at the teams, it's going to be 6 teams coming from the AFC North in total. 6 teams out of the AFC North and the AFC West. It just matters who's in third or fourth position between the AFC North and the AFC West, depending on what the record is and who they want out the AFC. When you want to talk about the NFC West, man, I mean, it's just wide. I ain't gonna say it's wide open, but it's gonna be good. That's why Tom Brady came back. Tom Brady was like, "Damn, man, Russell went to the AFC, and Russell went to the AFC. So all I got to do is play, Dak. All I got to do is play Dak and Matthew Stafford. Man, I ain't tripping, man. Hey, mama, I promise you, I get this 7th, 8th ring. I got something cooking for you in the bank account, baby." And Miss Giselle said, "Baby, go ahead on. I got you. This is your last year, though." So I see why Tom Brady came back. 1, because he saw how the NFC was rocking. 2, them kids were getting on his nerves. They must have been bad as hell at the crib. So I totally understand that. But, man, when you want to talk about the Las Vegas Raiders, I really do think that's a good fit. Not a good fit, I'm lying. That's a great fit. I think he feels like he's back at home because he is a West Coast guy. He is from California, and he's right down the street from L.A. So, man, it's gonna be a lot of grease, a lot of fried food when it comes down to their offense. Them boys going to be begging for the Las Vegas Raiders.
I think that this Raiders offense benefits because it was not the same offense after Henry Ruggs got cut following his a DUI arrest and crash and everything too. The offense wasn't the same without Ruggs on the field. You now get a true number 1 receiver in Adams, so you can see that offense cook and run effectively again with this trade for Davante Adams. And I still think that the Green Bay Packers have something up their sleeve because they re-sign and sign Aaron Rodgers to a massive contract extension. How do you do that if you don't bring Adams back or at least have some sort of plan to make sure that Rodgers remains satisfied in Green Bay. So I still think there are going to be some moving parts with all of this.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be some moving parts, Mark. Don't forget, they did offer, Davante Adams more with Green Bay. Davante just wanted out, Word on the street is they offered a man $25 million more. Davante was just like, nah, I'm straight. I want to go to the West Coast. So that's exactly what he did.